Um, Fantastic to be here at the Creator Economy Summit. Um, I mean, these are all people I know, we work closely with. I'm just going to keep it very candid, and we'll honestly towards the end take some questions also, because more than us talking, I think it is for us to know what you guys want to know. I will ask some same questions that I have asked them across very many panels that we have done, but also some new questions because we now have cool new things like AI and things like that that take away people's jobs and also help us make better content. So I'll start with Abhiraj and Niyati. Um, you guys have been doing this for a while now. It's been what, 7 years?
Yeah, we can say that.
Roughly. So what is the challenge now? Like, what motivates you to keep doing this? Is it getting monotonous? What is, helping you get up in the morning and be like, okay, I'm going to do one more video? What are these things? I want to know from each one of you because I am assuming both of you have different answers.
We are starting deep, so then we'll start off with a deep question. Just one second, you take.
Yeah, so for me, the motivating factor is to actually interact with the audience. And when they come to us and they tell us that they found something really valuable in our videos, that really motivates me. Or if there's any feedback, for example, I talk a lot about menstrual cups on Instagram, and when girls come and they tell me that we saw your stories and we tried it out and we're never going back to pads again. That's very inspiring. When people actually listen and they actually find something that we did useful, that's very motivating because then it means that people get some value out of what we do.
So as she spoke about motivation, let me speak a little bit about the challenge. Right now, as you guys saw, that I got a phone, and that phone was from my dadi. And I had to disconnect that phone because I am on a panel and I practically can't take it. But how am I going to explain it to her right now? For the next half an hour, I'll be thinking that what would be the thing that's going on in her mind. So it's always, we have to understand that we are also a public figure, but we are also a person. We are also a private person. I'm somebody's grandson. I'm somebody's son. And just balancing these responsibilities become a challenge. Because for all of us creators, all of this success, all of this fame, and everything that we take for granted right now has come really, really fast. And when something comes really fast, you can't really understand what's happening. Sometimes it just gets very overwhelming. And then you make mistakes, you learn from them, and then you try to improve yourself and be a better human being. So the biggest challenge is to remind myself that apart from being a creator, we are also a human being, and a human being has their flaws. So that's the biggest challenge that we face. Yeah.
Interesting pieces of answers. I'll ask Madan the same question because this question is relevant to him, and then get to Sai. What's your biggest challenge now, and what's motivating you to keep? You make daily videos, which is just insane to me. For 6, 7 years, you've been uploading a video every day. Have you missed any days here and there? A few?
No, no.
You've not missed a single day of upload since how many years?
I think it's 2,500 days.
That's just insane. I mean, I think you need that kind of commitment to reach what, almost 10 million subscribers, be one of the biggest YouTubers in the country. I'm sure there are phases where you wake up and, like most of us feel like, today I don't want to hit the gym. I'm sure you face the same about being in front of the camera sometimes. How do you manage, one, your travel schedule, still ensuring that you upload, ensuring that you wake up every day and feel like today I have to churn up content? Because I'm sure there are low days, there are days when you're going through some personal problems and you just feel like, I just don't want to do it today.
I'll answer that, but before that, I have to tell a huge thank you to you, Viraj. Yeah, I'll tell you why. The event we are in, it's a Creator Economy Summit, right? The whole creator economy as a creator for me started because before 4 years, you gave me a call. I have never done an integration until that date. I never knew a creator could say something and people would buy it, or people can be actually influenced and brands would actually pay for it. I never really thought that that could be possible. I was a creator already for 2 years by then, but all I relied was on Google ad revenue because YouTube was paying me and that's the only money I knew of. And then Viraj gives me a call. We have never met, and we actually met after a year after we started working. We have never met until that date. And Viraj actually said, bro, you should actually start doing integrations. You should start building a career out of this, because I was also working in another company back
Correct.
then. So everything started, and it's a butterfly effect. I'm sitting in Moneycontrol's Creator Summit. There is no way this would have happened if that call didn't
I
happen.
appreciate it. But I mean,
Coming back to this.
yeah, like you were doing a job and you were still uploading videos
Yeah.
for the first 2 years.
Yeah. So anyway, the reason why I post video daily is I had an accident in between and I was not doing well. So I had a major car accident and I wanted to just take a day off. My grandmother passed away, who was very dear to me. I wanted to take a day off on that particular day also. But when the clock hit 6 p.m., I start getting DMs from thousands of people asking me why I have not uploaded the video. I'm not able to take that tea because I drink tea when I'm watching your video. I have my dinner when I'm watching your video. So to have that impact with people you have never met, right? That impact will always keep me going. There is no pause until I get that attention, I would say. End of the day, let it be a cricketer or a movie star or anyone, whatever they do it for the applause. They do it for the criticism. They do it for the comments. So when I get it, there is no stop for me. That keeps me going. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane to me. Sai, with you, we have a flip side of the story where you may not be as consistent with your uploads, but that's also because you're dabbling into 10 things. You're a singer, you're an actor, you're also a creator. I think you do the best accents this in the country probably. You're at least right there in the top. That's how I discovered your content as well. But with you, it's a little different. You don't post as actively, but whenever you post, like it is definite to get a lot of views. So, what's your approach to being a creator? You're also, I mean, much newer in the industry as opposed to these folks. You're also Instagram first, as opposed to being Facebook first initially and YouTube first initially. So what's the approach that creators like you or your generation are thinking of content like?
Right, thank you so much. Firstly, I'm so honored to be here. As you said, I'm fairly new to this. It's not even been a year
That's
for me.
insane.
I started, like I put out the video that you've seen, I put it out last year in December, mid-December.
Right.
And it snowballed into that. Thanks to Chaitral, thanks to you. And firstly, I'm so honored to be here with people that I've actually looked up to and are so inspiring. The thing with me is because I didn't have it in my mind, I didn't start out to be a content creator. I just posted a few videos that I was passionate about. I was like, I'm going to sing and I'm going to do accents and I'm going to dance and I'm going to do a few characters. I'm going to do this and that. And that's when it picked up. And what I didn't realize is it was eventually going to help me get to, say, better seats at auditions and better calls to sing songs as playback. So content creation helped me with that. So my motivation behind putting a video is a challenge for me, as in what new can I do which is going to make people aware of the fact that I can do this as well. So that is the process.
That's quite interesting. Madan, you put up a very interesting point about the fact that we all do it for the applause. I want to bring in Niyati here and understand what, I mean, you guys are really famous. You guys are uploading videos very regularly, millions of views on each video. I mean, I don't even know how many views you do every month. I'm assuming it's 30, 40, 50 million, something like that. Yeah, on one platform that is, which is crazy, just on YouTube. So there is clearly a lot of fame involved. You guys are also from a very normal upbringing. I mean, how do you take this? Like there is, you guys have done commerce, You have studied from the same colleges that we have, NM. How does your life change?
For us, I don't think it has changed much. We are very private individuals. We don't post much about our personal lives on social media. In fact, every time we post a story saying we are married, people will be like, "Oh, I thought you were brother and sister." And we were like, "No, married." So that's how private we are. It has not changed because till date, when I go to the studio, I travel by bus because that's how I've always traveled. I'm local to Mumbai. I love traveling by bus. So I still travel by bus and take full pride in paying 5 rupees and saving money there. So that's how it is. It's not changed. We sit in our chairs, put our heads down and work, and that's how it is. That's why when you say you're quite famous, I'm like, acha. Okay.
I mean,
Thank
thing
you.
is, maybe you guys don't encounter it that much because you guys are usually spending all this time in doing research for your content, which is extremely research intensive. And that's one thing that I have noticed. Most people think so. I mean, being a content creator is one of those jobs which looks so easy on the outside, right? It's like, क्या है यार, ये तो कैमरा उठा के वीडियो बना रहा है बस. What's the big deal about this? ये तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. My question to all of those people is, करके दिखा. Like, that's okay, do it. Don't say it, because it's easy to do it maybe for one video, 5 videos, 10 videos, but to do like 2,500 videos, to do like thousands of videos with that much research. Like, I have seen Niyati, go through like websites and documents that most people have probably not even heard of. But these are all like official websites, like government websites. So they're going through all of this data and then coming up with a concise, maybe 5-minute, 10-minute video, a 1-minute reel. So, I mean, there is incredible effort in that. Maybe that's why, I mean, you don't know what impact you guys are creating, but clearly there is a lot to it. So, Abhi, what's your take on just fame and
So
numbers?
we have a love-hate relationship with fame. So what happens is when you first taste fame, you love it. But then you slowly start realizing that fame does not solve the real problems that actually matter to you. So we take care of puppies and we wanted to get them adopted. And we were putting out stories and trying to make sure that people adopt them. But a lot of times people would just message us and say that we will come to see the puppies just because they want to meet us. So that is when fame can be counterproductive as well. So fame does help you get your voice out there. It does create an impact, but it may not solve all of your problems. So Jim Carrey had this speech and where he said that I wish everybody would get all the fame, all the money in the world just so that they realize that this is not it. This will not make you happy. The things that make you happy, you can realize them without fame, without money. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni said this in one of his speeches, that ultimately what matters to me is that when I will go back home, I have 3 dogs and they will love me regardless of how much I have scored out there. So that is the kind of relationships that actually matter. So that is what fame has taught me, that to differentiate between what actually matters to me as an individual and what is all superficial, what is all just like a sunset, which will just fade away. So yeah, but something that does make a difference is that last year we were in Bengaluru and somebody came to me and said that after watching your videos, I feel like there is hope in staying back in India. Because there has been so much that has been said negatively about India that it feels like this is a country which is not worth our time, which is not worth staying back. And that is what we want to change through content. That's why we make sure that in every video, in every critical video, we take the effort to think about some sort of a solution. Because if the cream of this country leaves this country, then who will realize the dream that is this country? So yeah, that's what it needs to be.
That is commendable, man. I think that's what we're all trying to achieve here is stop the brain drain, like in many ways, but basically be like flag bearers in the sense that our country is not the best, but we can make it better. So that's fantastic. Madan, with you, I mean, you are from South India. There is a clear massive fan culture over there. We know how the celebrities in the South, the movie actors, the film stars in the South are literally worshipped. There are temples of a lot of these guys there. So you have tasted, your fair share of that adulation, that fame with your followers, with your subscribers. Give us an insight, and I have been with you in your state. I know how difficult it is for you to even walk out of your house many times. Um, what's happening? Because you're also coming again from similar backgrounds. You were doing a job in the US, you came back to India, you were working in an IT firm, doing your everyday regular guy stuff. And suddenly, after a few years, with a lot of hard work, you've shot to fame. You've become the guy that, politicians want to hang out with, movie actors want to hang out with, have millions of fans. How do you take all of that? Does it not get to your head? How do you handle this?
I'll be shameless here. I enjoy it. I love it. And the first thing I realized is in Mumbai, people don't know me, so how can I make Madan Gowri more famous in Mumbai? Was the
Right.
first thing.
Right.
I think every time I land in Mumbai airport. I was the kid when I was actually a very small kid, right? When I was like 10 years old, I used to think how I should talk when there are 100 mics in front of me. When I scored centum in my 12th exam, board exams, but I actually failed in my maths exam when I was 10 years old. So, but I always wanted to be influential. I always wanted people to look at me and listen to what I say. I'll tell you something very funny that recently happened. So the India-Pakistan match happened, right? So a lot of noise was going about it. And I thought it was my chance to, spread some love because there was a lot of hatred being talked from both countries. In Twitter is a place where people just fight. So I thought I will put a picture that I took on an India-Pakistan match that happened in Sri Lanka, which I went to, where I so happened to meet a bunch of Pakistani fans and a bunch of Indian fans. So I clicked a picture together, and I used that picture and posted a tweet recently saying, see, we need not hate each other. Let's actually have, some kind of respect. That was the idea of the tweet. But what happened is I got more trolled for that particular picture by both sides, but some Indians and by some Pakistanis. But the secret is, I was like, okay, now these guys know me. Now these guys know I exist. So, so of all the things that goes around, right, as a Tamil guy, I always had this big ego issue. We always had Bollywood actors who are called Indian actors. Then we had Tamil actors. Then we have Telugu actors. Then we have Malayalam cinema. No, it's cinema. It's not North Indian cinema. It's not South Indian cinema. It's not Hindi cinema. It took Triple R, it took KGF, it took Bahubali to mention the fact that they are just actors. There is no partiality between that. They are Indian actors. That's it. So similarly, when we come to this fame part, right? One of my life goals probably is to break this barrier. I want Abhi and Niyu to be as famous as they are in Mumbai, as to be equally famous in Madurai. I want to be known in Jammu and Kashmir. I want to be known in New York. So this fame is something that I think anyone in the show business is running behind. You cut money from all these actors, all these cricketers, all these creators. They will still continue to do the same thing because they do it for the fame, not for the money.
Yeah. Very interesting and honest insight on that front. Sai, what about you? Like you said, you've just been in the industry for a year now. You're also an actor. You're coming up with your new movie now, which is directed by legendary director Subhash Ghai. What's been your experience with fame?
It's been really, so the thing is, since I was very little, I've been wanting to do everything. So usually we get advice as stick to one thing, it's better, like jack of all trades, master of none. But since I was young, because you mentioned like school and your results, so I was academically sort of on the brighter side. So I wanted to do that. Then I was a sports captain, so I wanted to do that. But then I also wanted to go for annual day singing rehearsals, but then I also wanted to dance and I wanted to be in the play. So like since I was very young, my parents told me that these aspects, all of these things that you're doing, basically performing arts or sports or academics, will get you a lot of fame or money. But at the end of the day, it's passion what really drives me every day. I'm not saying like money is not important, fame is not nice. They're really good and they really, validation basically feels really great, but I'm genuinely passionate about everything I do. Like, if I wake up in the morning and if you tell me that I can't sing or act or dance or do accents, I will just have no purpose. Like, there's no point in living. And it might seem like it is genuinely coming from a very genuine place because I'm so passionate. And the fact that I get to do it on multiple platforms, like I thank my stars every day. And I'm also grateful again to Chaitral and to you because I thought, so I used to watch creators make lots of content, but I never really saw creators actually make singing content and also like multiple so I didn't know how well received it would be. I thought I should like just stick to one thing and then for my acting just audition, for my singing just like sing and on Instagram make a certain type of content. But I was given that freedom and I was given that sort of insight from you and from our agency that, you know, you can make whatever you want as long as it's authentic and as long as it has quality, because there is an audience for everything you make, and I'm very grateful.
That's true, that's true. I mean, I feel like, you know, the internet is so vast, especially India is so vast. There is an audience for everyone. Like today, we have a creator that is literally just showing you properties, and that's doing millions of views. We have creators that are doing gardening content, which is so niche. You know, you would think like gardening content kaun dekhne wala hai yaar, ki what kind of you guys are passionate about it.
Very addictive.
Yeah. So it's like कि इसमें ये fertilizer जाएगा, इसमें कितने लोग ही देखेंगे, you know, but there is an audience for each of these genres, which is crazy that, I mean, each one of you guys are technically like different genres that have found your own sort of community to back you. Which brings me to the question that, I mean, which is something that Moneycontrol has asked me to ask you guys as well, which is, what is it that creators want? So, I mean, I'll start with you guys.
It depends. I mean, as I said, creators are humans and all humans want certain things from life. So, have you guys heard of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs? So basically, hierarchy of needs is that it's a pyramid, and once you achieve one level, then you move up the pyramid, and then you want something else. So it depends where you are at the pyramid. Basically, thinking from a creator standpoint, the first thing is physiological needs. If the content creation industry is just giving me something to earn so that I can make sure that I'm secure, then that's the first thing. Then we think about the other things, that whether it's providing me security, whether it's giving me the love of people. Then we move on to self-esteem and self-actualization, where we think about what is our purpose. Now we have 10 million subscribers. What does it mean to add 1 more million to it? Does it make a difference? Does it not make a difference? You start asking such difficult questions to yourself. And then you wonder that 10 years down the line or 50 years down the line, are people going to remember you? And if they are going to remember you, then are they going to remember you by somebody who was famous on the internet once, or somebody who has done something that is worth remembering, that has made a difference in a lot of people's lives? So it depends where you are at the content creation pyramid, and there is no right or wrong. Somebody who is just starting out, for them to get a brand deal. For example, when we got our first brand deal, it was a huge thing for us because, as Madan said, that we could never imagine that there is somebody who's willing to pay us just for 1 minute of saying something and introducing it to our audience. We never knew that our word had value, and that assurance that our word has value means a lot, and it still does. So it really depends on where you are. Yeah.
So I have a lot of different different answers for this.
Go for it.
So one of the conversations we have is about what do we want to do in 10 years, what do we want to be remembered as, and I'll boil it down to one word, which both of us keep discussing, and that's legacy. For us, and I think for a lot of creators, it's about leaving behind a legacy. It's to leave behind a very tangible impact and to have, it's like Matthew Perry said, that I don't, when I die, I want to be remembered for friends the last, and I want to be remembered for how I help people with life first, and for my role in friends last. So I think that is, legacy is one thing. The other thing that I really want is to have a business, because that's apart from content creation, because one, I have an aptitude for it, and two, I really feel like we need a lot more women in business. So if I actually want to change things, if I actually want to employ a lot of people, I want to make some actual difference in the country, then I might as well do it myself. So that's the other thing. And the third thing is, once I actually build a business and get some time, I'd love to travel, because I really want to scuba dive, and I want to I want to scuba dive and have a whale in my vicinity. Like, I want to see a whale. After that, if I die, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, I saw a whale.
That's a very interesting statement by Niyati. I want a whale in my vicinity. That's crazy. But I mean, like, really inspiring things and ambitions, like in one statement: legacy, business, especially women in business that needs more representation. And once all of that is done, just travel and be chilling with whales. That's cool. What about you, Madan? What do you feel creators want, and would you recommend people to become creators?
One, I think most creators want to be in this business for the longer run.
Most creators want to be.
Yes. Every creator wants
But
to
do you
be.
think they're able to?
No,
Okay.
that's why everyone wants to
Right.
be there. Because what happens is, today you can see, getting famous is very easy on the internet. You do some random thing that most will not. You're famous.
Elvish भाई के आगे कोई बोल सकता है क्या?
Subtitle? Okay.
Template.
Okay. Anyway, so getting famous on the internet is easy. You can do that. But remaining someone people trust, or remaining someone people talk about. You know, the biggest fear of a creator is being forgotten. It's not criticism. You can be criticized. You can be trolled. You can be dissed. But if someone is not talking about you, you're just not in the business. You
I
can
mean,
keep
isn't
on-
that everyone's goal? Like, to
I'm
not
pretty
be
sure
forgotten?
everyone has
Yeah.
this fear deep down.
Correct.
What if we go irrelevant? That
Right.
word, relevancy.
Yeah.
People want to be relevant. Creators want to be relevant. And the second part, would I suggest people to be creators?
Yeah.
Depends on the people. I think this needs a madness. You know, being a creator needs madness. Just like you, bro. Like, you sit in office at Saturday night at 1
Do
a.m.
not recommend it to anyone. If you want to work 70 hours a week, it's up to you. So I don't take responsibility, but yeah, sometimes I do work on Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays, Sunday. No, I know. So that's madness. You don't do it for the money. You don't do it for, because someone is asking you to do it. You just do it because you are mad about it. You are passionate about it. So if someone has that zeal to do that, I would recommend that. Because, in COVID, I don't know if this happened in the northern part of the country, but this happened in southern part of the country. A lot of actors and actresses started their YouTube channel during COVID. Everyone just started YouTube channel because it's money. But what
Cool,
happened?
it's cool.
Yeah. And once COVID, ends, right? People went back to their business. They're not creators anymore.
Right.
So this needs a madness to continue doing something. So if people have that madness and zeal towards this, I would definitely recommend such people to do this, because it's like F1 driver. You risk a lot of things to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Say, what about you?
That's actually, yes, you do need madness, and the great part about content creation, as you said, that people started, the thing is, it's a platform for everybody. It is literally on your phone. Maybe you can't uh, go to, say, if you want to make a film, you will need a team, and you will need budgets accordingly. You will need, the release part is completely different.
Right.
But with the content piece, you can make it and you can release it at the same time so easily. And so I think that's really wonderful. And
What
as-
does a creator want?
what is a, okay, wait. A creator wants to, like they said, to be remembered. So, which is why we see so many different sort of types of content, because everybody wants to do something unique, and doing something unique is a very fast way to be remembered.
Right.
But again, if you do something unique, you get labeled as that girl or like
Right.
that guy.
Is there something you face at that accent girl?
Yes, which is why I sort of quickly also transitioned into, hey, listen to my songs.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah.
so you want to be remembered, you want to be visible, you also want to use it as a platform to also go somewhere else. Like for
Right.
me, it is to,
Movies.
like movies and music is my whole life.
Correct.
So that gave me, content creation gave me so much visibility that I was already being shortlisted. People who I have never met, rooms that I've never been in, were having conversations about me, and they already knew what I did. So
crazy.
that gave me such a huge push to do this. And one more thing, what Ryan Reynolds said, that you have to take ownership of your talent and you have to monetize your art.
Right.
And sometimes you don't realize how to do it. Like, I can act, how do I monetize it sitting right here? I can sing, how do I monetize it?
Right.
You know, so social media is the best way to do that. It's so great for artists.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very, very good points right there. I'm going to ask you guys one last question before we move to some questions from the audience. Do we have a mic that we can put out in the audience by any chance? Or, I mean, yeah, we can give you, okay, we do. What content are you watching these days? It can't be your own channel.
You want an honest answer?
Yeah, very, very extremely honest answer.
Look, honestly speaking, on such platforms, people like to give the answers that you would like to listen, but then we are different from what people think we are. So we love to
Yeah.
watch cat videos. We
Cat
love
videos. So you are like all of us.
No,
Sorry, you're-
I watch gameplay videos. I still watch
Gameplay videos.
Yeah, I watch
Of what game?
Elden Ring gameplay videos.
That's
Dude.
crazy. Like, I think no one expected
When
that
I'm not
answer
playing.
from you.
No,
Yeah.
I'm a gamer. Okay, I love playing video games.
That's crazy.
So-
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, when we are spending our private time, we love to watch something that does not remind us that we are creators. So then we watch something completely opposite on the spectrum. So we will watch cat videos, gaming videos, something that, you know, does not remind us, ki, okay, this one is editing better than us, we should improve. So then just that escape is worth it.
Cat videos and gameplay videos. That's insane. What are you watching these days?
So the thing is, when my mom is like, what are you doing on your phone? I tell her that I'm hanging out on Instagram. That's like my
What?
new thing, because it's just, I leave it up to the algorithm. I literally stopped searching things on YouTube or
Right.
like going to my explore page and typing people's names. I'm just like,
Surprise me,
yeah,
Instagram.
ooh, a cat, and then a baby, and then ASMR, and then something that has happened somewhere. So I'm
Right.
hanging out on Instagram, leaving it up to the.
That's crazy. What about you, Madan?
I'm listening to all the old songs.
Old
For-
songs.
Yeah, all old songs. You know, Dhoni posted a video of his retirement with an
Yeah,
Amitabh song.
correct.
Ek pal ko pa shayar, something,
Yeah.
that Hindi. But
You're listening to Hindi, old Hindi
yeah,
songs.
yeah. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it somehow makes sense to me. I don't know why.
Music
That
is
song was-
universal.
I'm listening to Tamil songs. I'm
Yeah.
listening to A.R. Rahman in Tamil.
Cross-cultural vibe
Yeah.
happening here. Fantastic.
And recently there was a song Dulquer Salman was in. It's a Hindi song. Again, I don't understand.
Hiriye.
It. Yeah, Hiriye. Again,
Yeah.
I have no idea why it keeps popping in my YouTube. But I keep listening to it every
Because
time.
Reels is feeding you that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's fantastic. We'll open this up to the audiences. Anyone who wants to ask a question to any of the panelists. We have, yeah.
So I have questions. I can ask two questions. First one is for Abhi and Niyu. So in the beginning of your content creation journey, how did you make sure that your voice was being heard by the audience? Because it takes a lot to gain the trust of people, to be a relying source for information, and based on your genre, it's like you have to be good in your research. So how did you make sure in the beginning that you gain that trust from people? The second question is from everyone. If you could change your genre to something else, what would it be?
So one of the first videos of ours that went viral, so before lockdown, we created travel content. We used to travel all over India, and we had a series called 100 Reasons to Love India. So at that point of time, the only opposition people had was, this is positive content, nobody is going to watch it. So we kind of were like, ha, theek hai, nobody is going to watch it, so we'll put it out anyway. Dekh lenge. And then eventually people kind of started enjoying it and they stuck around. So that's how it began. So then we really didn't have to worry about anything. People loved it anyway. After lockdown, one of our first videos that went viral was TikTok security concerns. And we found that out after reading TikTok's privacy policy in their terms of service. So because it was from the source itself, that's why it was, you can't dispute what they're putting in their own terms of service. So that's what it is. The one way you can be authoritative is to go to the source. People can give opinions on a lot of stuff, but if you actually read the law, for our type of content, if you read the law, if you read numbers from the budget, there's not really much black and white about it. I mean, those are what the numbers are. So then that gives a lot of credibility.
What I've learned is personal content is universal content. If you want to create something that gives value to others, you need to look inwards and figure out what are the problems that you had. And that's the beauty of this platform, that you can just share your experiences in a way that is personal to you and people will resonate to it. So the trick is to look inwards. What matters to you? What were the problems you were facing 5 years ago? How did you find the solution to that? And that personal answer to your question will be your answer. That's how you can make content relatable, by keeping it personal.
No, she said if you could make some other genre, they can answer, but I'd love to make gaming videos, but nobody watches Assassin's Creed Odyssey in India, so there's no point playing it. Like, people in India like to watch Minecraft and Fortnite and yeah. So nobody likes watching open world RPG games in India, so I'm clearly born in the wrong country.
Hopefully you can start the trend.
I'm clearly born in the wrong country.
What about you guys? What genre would you change the content to?
I might start a spiritual channel if I have
Spiritual
to
channel.
switch.
Crazy.
Probably.
You are teaching people how to meditate and all that.
No, probably visit different, important sites and start explaining about
Very
it
interesting.
because I want to know it myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would love to talk about films, and I would love to talk about relationships as well. So then I don't need to change the genre. We can just start a new channel and talk about relationships. So yeah.
What about you, Sai?
I've started out as multi-genre.
Right.
So I'll...
But if you were to change the genres from the ones that you're doing, so you do acting, singing, accents, what would you do beyond that?
Ooh, like sports stuff.
Sports.
I'm a huge Formula
Fitness.
1 fan. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool, cool. Who's next? Anyone? Yeah, please.
Anyone can answer this question. How you guys handle creative blocks and what strategies you guys use to reignite your creativity?
Creative blocks.
Sleep. No, literally. Sometimes there is nothing that you can do to overcome creative block. Just call it a day and start fresh tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Same answer?
Being from Tamil Nadu, right, I have this advantage. I can look at Hindi creators and see what is working. Yeah, I have
Very honest
aimlessly seen so many of their content and say, oh, this content works. Probably I'll try that. I told them just before.
Translated.
Yeah.
That's,
So, yeah.
That's a good hack, honestly.
I think having a very, very difficult quality control process for yourself
Yeah.
invents a creative block. So if you're like too hard on yourself, that's the reason for a creative block.
Right.
So sometimes to just take it easy, in your head it's much worse than what actually is happening. So the creative block is you trying to just be like, no, I have to be the best. No, this has to do better. This has to be, people are waiting for me. It's their love. But just being easy on yourself.
That's cool. We'll take one last question. Anyone? Okay, there you go. Yeah, at the end.
Hi, Abhi and Niyu. Saurabh this side. So currently I'm having a fan moment right now. So good to see you here. So your video requires a lot of in-depth research, okay? In case, like, you have uploaded the full content and you found some error on that video. So what's your next step? I mean,
We apologize.
no. In case if your video crosses million views, okay, so what goes on? Do you delete that video or you re-upload the content?
I don't think deleting the video is required. We can just put a pinned comment saying that this is a mistake that we made. A lot of times the mistake can be of various levels. Like in one video, it was the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and at that time it was the month of February, and by mistake in the very first line we wrote March, and it wasn't March. So there were around 1,000 comments of people saying, you said March, you said March.
It's Feb,
And
it's not March.
So yeah,
it's
so
Feb.
if it's that kind of an error, then we can just
Alhamdulillah.
apologize, put it in a pinned comment or something. And now YouTube offers many tools that you can trim content. So we explore them. It depends from piece to piece.
Okay. All the best for your upcoming.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you guys, for being fantastic panelists. And thank you, Moneycontrol, for having us at this fantastic summit.
Guys, I have one question. You guys talked about making thousands of videos. So for creators, is it 70 hours a week or is it more? Do you guys spend more than that or is it 70 hours?
Every waking moment.
Creators don't sleep only.
Yeah, we don't sleep.
So they fit the 70-hour-a-week criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually sitting here and going through my Twitter account, seeing what could be the next topic. So we work the whole time.
No, but our staff works for only 8 hours, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we kick them out at 6, saying Niklo. So.
Perfect.
Cool.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
And request Sai to please stay back for a moment. Okay. So, So there were some amazing insights, and the reason I asked and requested rather for Sai to stay back is because Sai, I have followed you on Instagram, especially your posts, your content uploads with the multi-language and accents. We were just hoping if you could do something for us as well today on something about Moneycontrol Creator Economy in 5 different ways.
Oh, you want the accent? Okay.
That would be great.
I'll just talk about the event in like.
Perfect. Sounds good. Could we please check on the mic?
Check. Oh, it is. Okay, so we'll do a British accent, a Valley girl, French, and Irish. Okay. So it's so absolutely lovely to be here. It was such a wonderful event, and I'm so honoured to be a part of this event right now. It was like really cool, like all this. Thank you firstly for inviting me, and it was a really fun experience. And it was my first time at Moneycontrol, and I would love to be invited again to have conversation with all of you. And like, thank you for being like a really lovely audience. You guys were absolutely spectacular. So see you next year. Thank you.
Brilliant, Sai, I must say. And that's a video that's going to go viral. And guys, please remember to post on social media MC Creator Summit, #MC Creator Summit. Thank you so much.